Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Gimex. Today we will discuss about how to create a speedometer on an Excel sheet. Here I have a list of branches of an organization along with the scores achieved by the same branches. Also, I have a list of drop down wherein I have the same list of branches of the organization. Let's say I am selecting Delhi from the list and you'll say the pointer is pointing towards the score achieved by Delhi. I'll take one more example. I'll select Mumbai from the list and you will see the pointer is pointing towards the score achieved by Mumbai, 59. So you'll see the pointer is pointing close to 60. I'll take one last example. Let's say the pointer is let's say we are selecting Bhopal and the pointer is pointing towards the score achieved by Bhopal branch. That is between 10 and 20 here. So let's say what is the score of Bhopal. So Bhopal has achieved 14. So it is coming between 10 and 20. Okay, great. So let's begin. Before we begin, please subscribe to my YouTube channels and click the bell icon for more videos that I will be uploading in future. So great. So I have a table here, and in this table, it is the similar table that I had on the other page. The table which contains the branches and the scores achieved by those branches. So before we begin, let's create the indicators for the speedometer. Indicators are basically this bad, average, good indicators for the speedometer. So let's create it. Before we create it, let's define the indicators. Indicators. So for indicators, the indicators that we have bad, average, and good. So let's say I want to keep 30, till 0 to 30% as a segment for bad. So I'll write 30 here. I want to keep the segment for average as 31 to 80%. So when I'm keeping it as 31 to 80%, I have to put 80. It is the segment for average. So 31 to 80. So 80 is the upper limit. So I'll keep it as 80 minus 30. It is 50. Right. So and the segment I want to keep it for good is obviously 81 to 100%. So I'll keep I'll do it as, so I'll already selected 80% here in the segment. So what I'll do is 100 minus 80. It is 20%. So it is 20. We are doing it now. It in numbers currently. So that is the reason I'm making it in numbers. So till 30 it is bad, till 80 it is average, till 81 to 100 is good. So this segment is 20, and average the segment is of 50 points, and bad segment is of 30 points. That is 0 to 30. Also, I'll add the total of this all, that is 100. This is very important. You should have 100 as a total of all this for creating the indicator. So let's create an indicator. For creating an indicator, before we start creating the indicator, I'll give you a fair idea about this chart. This is basically a combo chart wherein we will be using donut chart as well as pie chart. So let's go to pie chart. So here I'm only taking the values. Great. Let's remove the chart title as well as the legends. So here I have a donut chart. So let's go to the format data series of the donut chart to format this further. So the first slice, I mean the angle of first slice, you will always need to keep it as 270 degree. Right. Now let's format this chart according to our requirement. So what I'll do is this segment, this yellow part of the donut chart, let's format it. So here I have already have the format menu here. So I'll go to the required option, which is fill and line. So I'll go there. I'll expand these two options and I'll click on no fill and I'll click on no line. Great. So I'll also give the data labels for the rest three indicators. So let's select this, go to add data labels and then click on add data labels. So this is coming as 30, 50, 20, wherein I want bad, average, good here. So I'll click on format data labels. So I have to come here and I'll go to format data labels and I'll click on this option, value from the cells. So I can basically this option allows me to select customized values from a list. So here I'll click and you'll see a dialog box will appear and I'll select what I want. So I want bad, average, good. So I'll select that and I click on OK. So you'll see it is displaying both the values as well as the values I have added separately. So I want the values that I've added separately. I do not want the values selected for the range. So I'll uncheck on this. So you'll see it is only giving me the values that I want here. Let's format it. For bad, I want to color it as red. So I already have the format option here. I'll go to fill and line. I'll click on solid fill. I'll go to red color. Great. And I'll click on another option, which is no line. Let's format the other part, which is average. I'll go to solid fill. Let's select a different color. Okay. And I'll click border as no line. Let's format this segment. I'll go to solid fill. Let's select it as green. Great. The font is looking a little darker here and I'm not able to see it because of the darker color as well. So let's change the font color. So we can change it from here or we can change it from the default option available in Excel. So let's select from here. Let's keep it as bold so that it becomes a little more thicker. Great. Also, I want to expand the size of this indicator a little more. So what I'll do, I'll reduce the donut hole size to a 40 degree. 40 is too much. Let's keep it at 55. Let's keep it at 60. Right. It is looking great now. So now the indicator part is done. So let's create the number indicators for the speedometer or the value indicators. Okay, so it is a little bigger now. This will do. We can change it later if required. So let's do the number part of this speedometer. So I want an indicator starting from 0 to 100. So 0 to 100 is basically 0, 10, 20, 30, so on till 100. So let's keep it that way, 0, 10. Then I'll add a 10 to every subsequent numbers below. So I'm adding 10 to this E29, which is the above 10. So you'll get 20. I'll keep on dragging this formula till I get 100. Right. And let's take the value as 10. You have to ensure this is coming to 200. That is 10 times 10 and a single time 100. So you have to ensure the total comes to 200. Now go to the chart and let's click on select data. Let's click on add. Let's write measure here. Let's select the series. Okay. So I have received another layer for the number indicators. Let's format this. So I already have the format option available here. I want to give a gray color to my number indicators. So I'll go to solid fill. Let's select a pattern fill. It will look better. So let's give the color as gray. Okay. And so I don't want this bigger slice of donut chart. So I'll just click on no solid fill for this, as well as no border. So I have the space or the donut chart for number indicators. So let's give data labels for it. I'll click on add data labels and then click on add data labels. So I'm getting 10, 10 here. Actually, the values of each slice. But what I want is the indicators. So as we have done earlier, I'll click on this. I'll go to format data label options. And I already have the values. What I want is the customized list that I've already have, like we did earlier. So I'll click on values from a cell. Go here. I'll select this. So it is showing us 0, 10, 10, 10. So I only want what the number indicators, not the values I've already put in. So I'll click on this. I'll uncheck this. So now what we are getting is the number indicators starting from 0 to 100. So we need to make a little modification here. So I'll take this 100 from here and put it here. We need to change it later. Before that, we have to put the pointer. So let's put the pointer. So the value that I'm putting here, for example, I'm putting 80 here. So this means the pointer will be pointing towards 80. Okay. So let's put it as 80, and the thickness of the pointer, let's keep it as 1, and rest. So this is 80 plus 1, 81. So the rest will be 200 minus 81. So I'll put it in formula minus sum of this two. So whatever I put here, 119. So this is 200 minus sum of these two, pointer and thickness. So it is 81. So 200 minus 81 is 119. So tomorrow, if I want to increase the thickness, I can do it by default because it is the below cell is already formulated. So I don't have to change the formula later. That is the reason I have put it in formulas. So the first option, pointer, is basically the value that I've required where the pointer should be pointing towards, and here I want the thickness of the pointer, and rest is where it is 200 minus the value of pointer plus thickness. So we'll see 200 minus the value of pointer plus the value of thickness. So far we have only created donut chart here. So let's click on this and click on select data and go to add and write pointer and select the values for pointer. So I have pointer, thickness and rest. I select all these three. I've selected. Let's click on OK. So now here again I'm getting a donut chart. What I want is a pie chart. So let's format that. Click here, go to change chart type here, this option. So click on that. Go to combo option. It's a combination chart basically. So let's go to that particular option. So it is by default showing us clustered column, and line chart. Let's change it to what we wanted, donut. And the pointer should be pie chart. So this is very important. This value is basically the color indicators, and the measure is basically the number indicators, and pointer is basically the pointer, the needle that we want to reflect on the speedometer. So the pointer should be in pie and rest two will be in donut chart. And let's uncheck on all these two, sorry, and then click on OK. So it has moved a little. Let's format it. As we did earlier, let's put the angle of first slice as 270. Please ensure you're putting it as 270 every time. Okay, it has moved. So let's format the pie chart now. So this small piece of this pie chart is basically the needle, and we want to format it accordingly. And the rest too, we have to make it disappear. So let's format this. We already have the format option. Let's go to no cell, no line. Let's click here. Yeah, I'm clicking on the blue part now because I don't want that either. I'm clicking on now fill, no line. This is the needle part of the pie chart. So I've clicked on the needle part. It is very thin, so it will be difficult to click. So you have to click it accurately. Now I've clicked accurately on that. Go to solid fill. Select. No, I have not clicked exactly on that needle. I've incorrectly clicked on the larger portion of the donut pie chart. Let's increase the thickness of the needle so that I can easily select it. So I will put it as 20. Now I can select it easily. Yeah. Let's go to this option, solid fill. Great. You can give whatever color you want. I'm selecting it as blue, so it gives you proper display over the numbers. Let's select it as secondary axis and the angle of slice as 270. And let's reduce the thickness now to 1. Now see it is pointing towards the number that we have put here. We have to adjust the numbers accordingly before getting into it. Before that, I want to make one more change in this. If I want to format any numbers here, I need to put it into primary first, so that I can make any changes in the numbers. So 0 is starting from here and it is coming in between. So I'll drag this 0 to here and I'll drag 100 to its exact position where it should be, 100 here. And 10 has to be on this line because it is where it is 10. So numbers are in the middle of each segment, so I have to drag it to its position. This looks perfect now. So now let's put the pie chart into secondary axis so that it can display over the numbers. Now it is displaying over the numbers. Let's increase the thickness a little bit. Great. Now let's format this pie chart. No fill, no line. I also want on the chart area, I want to format the chart area basically. Format chart area and click on no fill as well here. Okay, so now this pointer is only pointing towards the number that we have entered here manually, 80. But I want it to be on the basis of the name of the branches that we'll be selecting. The pointer has to move. So let's do that. Let's give a background to it. Great. I also need a header out here. So the header will be speedometer branch score and the branches that I will select here. So I'll put a data validation out here so that I can get a drop down of the branches. So data validation, I'll select list. So this data validation option is available in data validation, and from there you need to select list and select the range that you want to have in the drop down list. So let's select Ahmedabad. See, the header of the speedometer as well as the branch here is getting changed, but the value is not changed because it is still, we have entered it manually here. So let's do a VLOOKUP formula. It is VLOOKUP. You have to write VLOOKUP, bracket open, select this, the branch we will be selecting from the drop down list, comma, select this table. So we have selected the entire table, comma, and I want the value of the percentage basically. So it is available in the third column. So 1, 2, 3, third. So after comma, I'll put 3, then I'll put 0. 0 by default for exact match. So now you'll see it is coming in 0.47, that is 47% in numbers. So I want to convert this into numbers so that I can display it over the speedometer. So what I'll do, the formula that I have here, VLOOKUP formula, it is giving me 0.47. So what I'll do, I'll multiply that with 100. Because here what we are doing is we are converting the percentage to a number. So that is the reason I need to put into 100. If you have numbers here, then there is no problem. There is no point. There is no requirement of converting multiplying that by 100. Here I have percentage and I want to convert that to numbers. That is the reason I have multiplied by 100. So I have done a roundup over here. So it is 48. The score of Ahmedabad branch is 48. And you will see the pointer is pointing close to 50. Let's calibrate it a bit so that it will give a clear picture when we use the speedometer. Let's reduce the thickness so that it gives accurate, it points towards the accurate number. And I believe this particular needle has a white background, so that is the reason it is not reflecting. So we'll remove the border. So this pointer is now clearly visible. Let's say we are taking 20, Hyderabad. Let's check whether it is pointing exactly towards 20 on that line, just to calibrate. It looks like it is pointing towards 20 exactly. Let's manually put a 0 out here and check. I believe it is pointing towards 0. If you feel that it is a little upper, what you can do is you can click on this, and the angle of slice you can reduce it a bit, so that it, you can calibrate where exactly you want it. So you want to keep it up, you can increase the percentage. If you want, so you can adjust it according to your requirement. Like however you want to calibrate it, you can calibrate that way. So I felt it was a little above. So what I've done is I've reduced the angle of a slice so that I can get it a bit lower. Okay, great. So now to calibrate, I've directly put a value as 0 here. So that formula has gone. So I'll just formulate it once again.